Hi, it's your psycho buddy. The best way to get what you want out of therapy is to know what you want out of therapy, which some days is not hard and some days is almost impossible. When you first go to a therapist, that is going to be their question to set the tone for your working together. Why are you there? What do you want for yourself out of therapy? What do you want therapy to do for you? And if someone were to ask me that question right now, just as an example answer, I would say um, I am in therapy for two reasons. One of them is I need daily maintenance help just to keep my head out of the water and to juggle everything necessary to keep functioning. One. Number two, I need help healing the causes of my emotional dysregulation. So I need help with trauma and help with daily functioning. That'd be my answer. And then the therapist can look through the toolkit of all the trainings that they've done and the ways they've been educated, the modalities they're called. And there are bunches of them, and they can find whatever seems most likely to them to be beneficial to me. And we'll work with that modality. So different therapists have varying degrees of expertise in different types, different modalities, like cognitive behavioral therapy, acceptance commitment therapy, dialectical behavior therapy, somatic therapy, internal family systems, motivational interviewing, talk therapy, psychoanalysis, if you're going old school. So they have a lot of options. You have a lot of options. The way that you get the most out of it is by thinking before each session, what do I want today? Why am I here? I have a really good friend who's been in therapy for a long time who told me that he goes into like this agonizing blank state when he tries to think of what to say when the therapist is silent. Like he can't find anything, and it causes a lot of anxiety. I would say the rule of thumb that I follow is to talk about what's up for me. And by what's up for me, it's kind of like as if issues in your life were whack a moles, whatever is up for you right then. So, whatever you're thinking about, like somebody hurt my feelings by saying this thing, or I'm having a hard time in my recovery getting myself to do this thing, or whatever. That is also called following the juice. That's what my workshop leader always calls it, following the juice. So when you're trying to decide what you want your therapy to be about that day, then you can follow the juice. If you always have a hard time thinking of a direction, my first question would be, why are you in therapy? I mean, really think about that. Because it sounds like it's not serving you all that much if you can't think of anything that it's relevant to in your life. Um, and I would also say don't give up on it because it can be really useful. Like, really, like it's professional advice on how not to be a dick, right? So it can be just a great idea. Another thing I do before therapy is I do a real short, warm, golden honey meditation right before I go in so that my mind is calm. And that to do that meditation, I just imagine that above my head is a great big globe of golden honey and like a balloon, and I poke it, poke, and then it goes blah, and everything, all the stress and anxiety and troubles just melt away all the way down to my feet, all over the floor. And then are gone. All the stress is gone. And that way, I'm not coming in there like, I can actually do something constructive. Another way to get the most out of therapy is to be completely honest. When marijuana was illegal, I would tell them I smoked anyway. Like, because they can only help you to the degree that you're open and honest. If you're lying to your therapist, why are you going to them? Like, they can't give you helpful feedback if you're feeding them trash. So be as honest as you can. Be willing to work hard. And by that I mean be humble enough to be introspective and admit your own weakness, your own weaknesses. Um, Humility works both ways, though. It's also owning your strengths as well as owning your weaknesses, and then being willing to change, being willing to apply ideas. That would be the most powerful way of growing through therapy, being willing to apply ideas. And then always be sensitive to whether your therapist is the right therapist for you. Because I've had I had a therapist once that I stayed with for a decade too long. Like, she made me super nervous. I always felt like she was judging me. At one point she said, "I don't buy it. I don't buy it." And my brain was like, "Wait, I'm not here to sell you anything. What do you mean you don't buy it? What do you mean you don't buy my story? I'm not." That's a completely inappropriate response for a therapeutic relationship. Challenging me like that. So it wasn't very much longer after that that I finally left, found a better one. Um, what else? So be vulnerable. If you can't think of anything to say, then just ask them for their direction because your brain is blank. Think before the meeting about what's important to you, what's up, the whack a mole, what's up today. And then maybe do the globs of warm honey meditation to get yourself present so that you can make the most of it. Be willing to change and apply the advice and insight to your life. Be willing to make changes. And then therapy is like, can be really amazing. Good luck.